traditions alive by performing the Muqtaj ceremony for the past 23 years. Last year, he was also the recipient of the Jewel of the Community Award through Zoroastrian Children's Day organization in December 2013. He has been leading sessions of Ham Bandagi every Sunday at the Zoroastrian Center in Orange, California since December of 2011. Normally we hear presentations from a scholar or a professional speaker, but Zarrir, in his own words, says he's neither a scholar nor a professional speaker. He is a ritualistic priest, and just to get an idea, how many Jashans have people attended? Can you give us a number of how many Jashans people have attended? You would like to know if people have attended many Jashans or how many? How many? More than 20. There you go.
I've lost count.
I lost count, that's good. More than 20. He has performed at least over 100,000 Jashans. And he's going to share some of his experience from his heart to ours. Zarrir.
Thank you, Dr. Merchant. Thank you very much. When he said 100,000 Jashans, one of the meanings of Jashan is celebration, having party, and having good time. So he must be thinking I'm a party animal. Another meaning of Jashan is thanksgiving, gratitude. So I would like to start my presentation by saying thank you to you from my heart, gratitude for coming to this presentation. And also I would like to thank Zoroastrian Association of California, California Zoroastrian Center and Fazana for conducting this Congress and having me as a speaker. First, we will go through the linguistics and technical questions. Fire is the physical manifestation of the energy. Energy of all creations in nature works together, forming synergy. This synergy is manifested in the physical form in a Jashan. So, if you go to see, Jashan is exemplified by the nature working together, that we are dependent, we are interdependent on the nature, and the whole nature works together. So Jashan shows the interdependent unity of all things. All forms of life are interrelated with all other forms. None can exist without the others. Therefore, Jashan is a perfect example of interdependence. What is the meaning of Jashan? And before I go further, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Mobid Parvez Baja amongst us, who is a Yozda Tricker Mobid, and his son has performed well over 10 nirangdings, and performing nirangdings is a very tedious job, and also being a professional CFO of a bank, he has done this, which is very commendable. Jashan is a Pahlavi word derived from an Avestan word, yasna. Pahlavi is another word for Middle Persian that was a language used in Sasanian times. In Pahlavi, Middle Persian, the sound ya or letter Y becomes ja in Pahlavi, and letter sa or s becomes sha in Pahlavi. So hence we have the word Jashan, which means act of worship or religious service. All Zoroastrian holy days are celebrated by acts of worship, some performed by priests at the temples in specially consecrated places, others called Outer ceremonies are performed by priests at any clean place where Zoroastrians can meet. After this religious ceremonies, we generally celebrate, eat, drink, enjoy music, and have fun. So in time, as the English word holy day came to be known as holiday, because people did not work on holy days. So for us, Jashan came to mean feast or festival. That's the other meaning of Jashan. Thus, in every month, we have a Jashan when the yazid of the month is the same as the yazid of the day, which Parsis in India, we call it Parab, which comes from the Gujarati word Parva, meaning simply festival. Next. What are the different kinds of Jashans? There are many occasions, public and private, that are marked by Jashans. For example, Nowruz Jashan, performed on New Year. Rapitrin Jashan, performed on Farvandin Maino and Ardibes Roj. Jashan is Sadeh. Sadeh is a mid-festival which is celebrated with grandeur and magnificence. It is a festivity to honor fire and to defeat the forces of darkness, frost and cold. We also perform monthly Jashans on Parabs, that is the same Roj as the same month, like Tirangan, Merangan, like Tir Mainone Tir Roj, Mer Mainone Mer Roj. Apart from Jashans being performed in honor of Yazids and Amesha Spentas, there are Jashans performed in the reverence of Fravashis or Faroers, our dear departed ones. For example, one Jashan that we perform in reverence to the Fravashi of our dear prophet Asho Zarthost on his dead anniversary, which is popularly known as Jarthosnodiso in India. Jashans are also performed as thanksgiving on auspicious events for the fulfillment of a wish after the passing of a calamity, asking for protection from natural disasters. Here I would like to mention my own example, my own experience. In January 1994, we had a devastating earthquake in Northridge, about 25-30 miles away from here. And there was it was predicted that another big earthquake is going to come and it's going to hit us harder for Southern Californians. On February 23rd, 1994, as you can see this in the Zach's newsletter, a Jashan was performed on Spandarmad Roj. Spandarmad Roj, Aspandad Roj is for the earth, Spenta Armati. And we performed this Jashan asking Ahura Mazda, asking Spandarmad Amshaspan not to have any more those kind of earthquakes. And with the grace of Ahura Mazda, till date, it's been 20 years, the big one never came. And it's not going to come because we pray together in Southern California and we create such good vibrations that we are going to be safe. Also, we do a Jashan for rains during droughts. And this Tir Maino, last month, we did Tirangan, where we have asked for rains. And I'm positive that this year we are going to have rains, which we Southern Californians really want. Here it will be appropriate to mention that on some occasions, instead of a regular Jashan, a Ferishte or Farista ceremony is performed, which is just an extension of a Jashan. How the Jashan is performed. This will give you an idea, next slide please. This will give you an idea about the different aspects and facets of the Kriya, the ritual. So next time when you attend a Jashan, you will know the significance of all the different gestures and the prayers that are performed in a Jashan. In a Jashan, all 7 Amesha Spentas are invoked to receive blessings and are symbolically represented in different things used in Jashan. Like for example, the priests themselves represent Spenta Menu or Ahura Mazda. Then you have milk, which represents Vahumana or Bamanam Shaspan. The fire represents Ardibe Samshaspan or Ashava Ishta. Then all the metal parts that you see in the Jashan represents Sharavaramshaspan or Kshatravirya. The priest sit on the floor and perform the Jashan. Floor, earth, spenta armati, so they are in connection with spenta armati, the earth. Water represents Khardaramshaspan or Harvatat, and fruits and flowers in the Jashan represents Ameretat or Amardaramshaspan. Next. A lot goes into planning and preparation of a Jashan. It starts with a clean place where the Jashan is going to be performed. The essence of the whole ritual is forming a connection between the spirit world, namely Ahura Mazda, Amesha Spentas, Yazatas, and Faravashis, and you, the physical world, wherein the priest acts as a medium between both the worlds, forming a connection. Hence, purity is of great essence. When I say purity, this includes not just a physical purity, but mental purity. Purity of your heart is also very important, because many a times we stress a lot on physical purity, but in our minds we are not very clean. In our hearts we are not very clean. So when we say purity in our religion, it's not just physical purity is very important, but with the physical purity, also the mental and purity is very important. Next slide, please. Once the place is clean, a white sheet is spreaded on the floor. Then the tray in which the fruits are supposed to be kept are cleaned 3 times. It's a 3-tier process, which is Chokho, Pak, Pao. Then we cut the fruit open. And you must be wondering why so much of cleanliness. We are forming a circuit over here in the Jashan, which I will show you in the little later. And if anything is not clean, the circuit is not going to form, just like an electric circuit. Like when you're putting a battery in some old clocks or something, if the terminals are not clean enough, it won't work. Similarly, like if you say, oh, thoro em chalse nahi, you have to have proper things cleaned properly and done it in a proper specific way. Only then you get the most benefit out of it. So then fruits are cut from the top, and which has got a dual purpose. When you cut the fruit, you're making an offering. So you're making an offering to the spirit world so then they can have the essence of it. At the same time, you're consecrating it. So when you open it, you're making it receptive to receive the blessings from the spirit world. Then the tray of fruit is kept on the right side. And when the priest is blessing the fruit, he goes in a circular, clockwise way, meaning the blessings are coming down. Next slide, please. The first the priest perform is the Atashnyas, litany to the fire, and then the Dua Nam Satayasti standing, which is a thanksgiving prayer, as you can see in this picture. And during Atashnyas, they hold the hands together and touch the fire waste 3 times with the ladle, making a connection. After that, next slide please, they sit down, and first thing the Zautar does is, before he sits down, which many of you may not have observed, but he forms a connection with the Afarganyu, with the tray of fruits and all that are to be consecrated, by putting a ladle under his leg like this, which is touching his skin all the time, and there is a connection here. He sits over here. So all the prayers that he's reciting, he's connected with the whole thing. Then first thing he does is arranges the flowers. First two flowers, stalks are pointing towards him. Those two flowers represent the spirit of Ahura Mazda, Pentamenu, that is present in the physical and the spirit world. And then there are three flowers that are arranged like this, which this 6 flowers represents the 6 remaining Ameshas, Pentas, Baman, Ardibest, Cerever, Aspandat, Khordad, and Amardad. Then the priest starts reciting the Dibache. Dibache is an introductory prayer in Pahlavi in which he is asking for the blessings of that particular divinity which we are invoking, like the Jashan that you witnessed yesterday, or any Kushalinu Jashan, any Thanksgiving Jashan, any Jashan that is performed for happiness, for good occasions. It starts with Dada Hormazd, asking for Dada Hormaz's blessings, Ahura Mazda's blessings. And it ends with Kesh Firoz Garbad, meaning may it be successful. Firozgar is success. So may it be successful. After that, both the priests recite together Yathaviryos and Ashimvos, and then the Gay, and then they do the Baj of Yatha Huvairyo Zota Frame Marute. When you're doing that Baj, what happens is a light energy. If you observe the priests when they are doing this, a light energy transmits between both the priests, because they are looking in each other's eyes. And it also brings about the symbolic significance of Zarathustra accepting the prophethood from Ahura Mazda. After that, the flower ceremony starts by reciting 3 Ashimvos. The Zautar, or the officiating priest, picks up 2 flowers and gives it. Next slide, please. I think one more. He gives the flower to the Raspi. And when that happens, the complete circuit is formed as Raspi stands up with the ladle in his hand. Let me go here. With the ladle in his hand, and Purvis, if you don't mind, can you help me? Raspi is holding the chamach, the ladle, connecting to the fire. The Zautar is giving the flower to the Raspi, and thus, if you see at this point, the full connection is formed. It's a series connection in electrical terms, and that is how the consecration happens. Thank you. The circuit gets completed. So every time this happens, and what do we do in flower ceremony? What are the blessings in flower ceremony? In flower ceremony, we give blessings to the ruler of the country, to the ruler of the place where this Jashan is being performed. And what blessings do we give him? That may you do the righteous things, may you rule right, may you help the righteous people. And when you do that, a lot of good blessings are showered on that. Next slide, please. This is the flower ceremony. Like, this is a very ancient picture, probably from Iran, I'm not sure. And this is also a flower ceremony. Like, just now what we showed you is this. The full connection, the circuit is completed. And over here, you see, once the flower is taken, this is how the Raspi stands. And the flower is here, and they are blessing the ruler of the country. Next slide. This is again the same flower ceremony. Now, once this particular passage ends with Atha Zamyaut Yathe Afrinami, meaning may it be so as I wish. Like you have heard Amen or Tathastu in Sanskrit is the same thing. You see Dastruji Kotwal and Mobir Aspanya Dadachanji, they are exchanging the flowers. Oh, this one? And this is our Parvez next to Dastruji Kotwal. Now remember in the beginning he put those 6 flowers. Now when he is picking up the 6 flowers, he goes in descending order with the words saying Humatanam, Huktanam, Huvarashtanam, and so on. What it means is that like many a times we think about our purpose in life for taking birth in this physical world. What is our purpose? So here we say Humatanam, Huktanam, Huvarashtanam in a descending order, that I have come in this world to perform good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. And as I leave, the second set of flowers goes in ascending order, Humatanam, Huktanam, Huvarashtanam, that I will leave this physical world by living good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. In this is the enactment with the prayer saying good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Next slide, please. After that, there is a badge which is in tone. Whenever Avesta language is juxtaposed between 2 Pallavi passages or Pallavi text juxtaposed between 2 Avestan passage, we go in tone, Bajma Prebanya. After that, the priest, what he does is, the Zautar is like a transmitter of the spirit world, bringing the blessings from the spirit world and consecrating the water. Water forms a vortex of consecrative energy. So the Zautar acts as an alchemist here. That consecration goes not only over here, but in the whole physical world. The blessings goes in the whole physical world. So this is how the connection is formed. This is how the blessings are brought down. Zautar acts as Ahura Mazda himself in the physical world, bringing the blessings down and spreading in the physical world. After that, this particular segment is ended again by saying the badge of Humatanam, Huktanam, Huvarashtanam, the good thoughts, good words, good deeds, and may it be so as I wish. Normally, there are 3 kardas or afragans we perform in a Jashan. The Ahura Mazda. Mostly the next karda or the afringan is Damman. Damman means co-workers of the day. Co-workers of the day or co-workers. So like today is Depmer Roj, right? In Shensai calendar, Kadmi calendar, Fasli calendar, it's Depmer Roj. The co-workers of Depmer for today is Dada Urmaj, Depadar, Depmer, Debdin, Vispeshar, Depmer, Debdin. Similarly for Baman, it's Baman, Mor, Goshram. That's why many people are vegetarians on this day. Baman, Mor, Goshram. We call it Anroj, right? Ardibes, Adar, Sarosh, Benam. Sherevar, Khorshed, Meher, Asman, Aneran. Spandarman, Ava, Nina, Shiswang, Marespan. Khordat, Taster, Goat, Farvanin. Amardat, Rashne, Asta, Jamia. These are the co-workers. This is the whole calendar. Next slide. And before the ceremony is ended, before the segment is ended, the priests do Hamazor Hamashobed, the ritual handshake, which is for to increase the blessings of the prayer, that we are physically and spiritually connected. And when they do this, it also enhances the power of the ritual by which everybody is benefited. Next slide, please. After which, Zautar alone recites 3 afrins, meaning prayers of blessings, which are Afrin of Arda Farwash, Afrin of Buzrogan, and Afrin of Hafta Meshaspan. Afrin of Arda Farwash, in which a union is sought with the holy aspects of our religion, namely different fires, gaze, gambars, and gathas. The second Afrin, Buzurgan, means the great ones of ancient Iran, whose virtues are eulogized and is full of blessings of righteousness, bravery, affection, good fortune, and long life with good progeny. The third Afrin, Hafta Amshaspan, it is also called as 7 Amshaspans are mentioned in the beginning of this Afrin, with his or her co-workers. We just went through the co-workers, and also the demon each one combats. Further, a spiritual union is sought with the lofty mountains, life-giving herbs, and rivers, streams, and ancient seas. The last paragraph, which specifically blesses the participants who attended the Jashan, is recited by both the priests, which includes the blessings of the best existence in the spiritual world, and by attending the Jashan, their merits have multiplied, and hence their sins are banished, and thus the participants are blessed with an increased righteousness and a highest place in heaven, Garotman based. So it is so important. Many a times I see, when the Jashan is there are like 30 people, 50 people, maybe 75 people at the most. But after the ritual is done, when there is party, there are 300 people. Now, by knowing this, that how much it helps you by attending the Jashan, you can see the benefits that you're getting it by attending a Jashan. So maybe if you get any chance to attend a Jashan, please do so. Next slide, please. The Jashan is concluded by leaving the barge of entire ceremony by reciting 21 Yathavyas and 12 Ashivos and the fourfold prayers, which is Ammairasha, Hajangam, Jasbavangi, and Ahura Mazda. After that, they recite Tandarusti for the health and well-being, and also to be steadfast in the religion, and that you acquire the Zoroastrian virtues. The ancient ceremony of Jashan gives blessings of body and spirit and brings us together, both priest and laity, bringing about unity in our community of worship, praise and devotion, faith, as it has brought our ancestors for many generations. The talk on Jashan today is totally befitting the motto of this Congress, which is faith and unity. What is the function of the attenders, and what should we do when we attend a Jashan? Next slide. Now, many a times, people ask me this question, that when we are attending a Jashan, what should we pray? And in my experience, my humble experience, I would say, because I have somebody who has got much more experience than me amongst us. So in my humble experience, when we priests recite the prayers, when we are doing a ritual, when the laity comes, they are either talking with each other, gossiping, and we are trying to focus on our prayers. We are trying our best to focus on our prayers. And believe me, you all have experienced this, to be focused, to be absorbed in the prayers. It's not easy. Like when I say this, just mechanically praying is fine, but to get the maximum benefits for you, the priest is performing these prayers for you. And if you are talking, or if you are in not proper state of mind, or if you are not in proper state like meaning physical cleanliness. So when you attend a Jashan, you have to be physically clean. You have to perform your kasti so that you open yourself. You become receptive to receive the blessings. Kasti is your basic purification ritual. Like for Sadripushi, for Naujot, you do Nan ceremony. For Ashirvad ceremony, for Lagan, we do Nan ceremony. Why? We are opening you up. We are making you receptive to receive that blessings. Similarly, kasti, when you perform the kasti ritual, you are cleansing your astral body, just like you take a shower, take a bath, and you clean yourself physically. By doing kasti, you are cleaning your astral body. You are preparing yourself mentally to receive the blessings from the Jashan. When you sit in the Jashan, like it is like, how we follow some traditions blindly. Okay, when we are in Jashan, we have to pray because that is what we are taught. But what do you pray? That is a question, right? In olden days, the laity and the Athornans, the priests, they were praying the same prayers. And remember the synergy we talked about earlier? Now, you have the energy in you. We all have the energy, all living things. Now, when we pray the same thing together, we are forming a synergy. But if you're praying something else, it doesn't help. So either you pray the same thing, and if you don't know the same prayers, it is okay. What you can do, you can just be in a meditative state, receiving the blessings, focusing on the ritual, because this ritual is being performed for you. Or so oh, I pray every day and I have to come here and attend the prayers, so I've missed my prayers, my daily prayers. So I'm going to pray the same prayers. It's like you're sitting in a math class and you're opening a geography book. So you're neither getting the benefit of geography nor the mathematics. So when you're there, you be there 100%, be focused, be in a meditative state, be in a receptive state to receive the blessings, whereby you're giving the respect to the performance of the ritual, to the priest, and you are yourself getting the maximum benefit in the physical and spirit world. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.
Here we go. Sorry for the technical problems that we've had. We didn't have a remote and I had to use his mouse, so sorry about that. We have got a few minutes for questions, about 5 minutes or so, and after that, if you have any questions, we'll still be able to answer them when you're out in the hallway there. Mohammed Bhandara will be standing there.
Very good question. Thank you for asking that question. Farishta, as I said earlier, it's an extension of the Jashan. Normally in Jashan, there are 3 kardas are performed, 3 kardes or 3 Afringans are performed. In Jashan, there are 33. 33. I'm sorry, in Farishta, there are 33. When in Jamshedji Jivanji Modi's book, there are certain days, certain times that we perform Farishta as like whenever a child, on the first birthday of a child. Also when a new place is built, you perform a Farishta. And any other occasion, happy occasion, like if you can perform a Farishta, it's of greater benefit than doing a Jashan. Jashan is also very good, but if you do Farishta, you're asking for more blessings and you're thanking more Yazatas and Amishas Pentas. Yes?
Can you please explain this picture and the etiquette that happens after the Jashan?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for this question. Okay. Yes, this is, once the Jashan is done, what we do is we offer frankincense or the loban to the fire. And when you're doing this, it is very important that you have performed your kasti and you are in that mode. If you're sitting and talking and touching your shoes and touching your hair, what you're doing is unconsciously you're gathering bacteria, and then you are touching those other things which are clean. So it is very important that you maintain that purity, put the loban, and when you're putting the loban, you connect yourself physically and mentally to whatever, like said, like, thanking, like, whatever good things have happened and you have performed the Jashan, or in memory of your departed ones that you have performed the Jashan.
Okay, I think we should be
I
continuing.
think I'll take a last question. Yes. Yeah, that is beyond my scope of work, but yeah, I can always suggest suggestion. Thank you, then.
Okay, because of respect to the next speaker, we are not having enough time for more questions, but as I said, we can
Parvez.
ask questions. Okay, Parvez, sure.
Thank you. Let me thank my colleague for enlightening. And you should, people staying in North America should be fortunate to have such a priest like Zarrir, who is well educated, ritualistic. He knows what he is praying, what he is doing. And community here is very much fortunate to have such a priest over here. We have studied in the same seminary where he has come from. So on this auspicious occasion, and in the Jashan ceremony, it is mentioned, Damman Kepein means the phrase Rasin. And there it is said, if you put one step towards Ahura Mazda will stretch 1,200 steps.
Right.
Hazarva Davishat. So 1,200 steps, Ahura Mazda will come towards you to help you. But you should put your first one step. That's what it is said in the Jashan ceremony at the end. And there he says, he gives blessings to all those who are present in the Jashan. On behalf of myself and my family, I once again congratulate. And I got, after so many years, I have a chance to meet him. So let me wish him.
Thank you very much. By the way, Parvez Bajai is Avestan Pahlavi scholar. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And in appreciation for your time, this is from the committee of the NSEC Congress.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Sir.